So when we open our chart and we're in this area and we see that we have a breakdown below this low, which gives us a sell signal, but we only want to take it as a sell signal if the trend is down. The trend is down, we want to go short. If the trend is up, we want to go long. And yes, you can make money in counter trend moves, but for right now you need to really learn the basics and stick with the safest trading strategy for you. And you see, pivots only come into play at these levels, at the breakdown of a low. Then we look to see what's going on with the pivot. After we have a breakdown of this low, do we have a short pivot, a bear pivot? To confirm this, if we go back here, if we have a breakout of the high, now after the breakout of the high, do we have a bullish pivot? Do we have a long pivot to go with this breakout? So you see, where the pivot occurs is most important. And I know many times you see on the website where I just show pivots, but when I show those pivots, I just show all pivots, how they occurred and when they occurred on the chart, without regard to indicators, trend, or anything. I just display the pivots. And whenever you see the charts, you see how successful the pivots are in and of themselves, but when you combine it with trend and breakouts of support and resistance, then you have something really special. So once again, if we here, when we had a breakout of the high and we also had a higher low, and that told us that this is a trend change point here, and the largest moves are when the trend first changes. When the trend first changes, that's when the most volume of buyers are going to go long, or that's when the highest volume of sellers are going to go short, right at the trend break. And so that just thinking of it like that should help you as far as pivot placement. And so now we have to ask ourselves another question. Okay, we know here the trend is down, and how do we know the trend is down here to go with this breakdown below support? Well, when we go back here, we look, coming up here we had a high, then we had a low. Now this low is here, and this low is down here. So now we're in a short-term uptrend, and now we have a lower low. Once we see that lower low, that alerts us possible trend change. So now we're looking for a lower high. We're looking for a lower high. This is the last high. Once we get the lower bottom, now when price moves up, we're looking for a lower high. And we got a lower high here. And that tells us that the trend is changing, or the trend has changed. Now when we got here, price made a little bit of an up blip here. It'll just look like a little slash upward on the line chart, and then it broke down below support. So once again, not only do we have a lower low, we have a lower high, and we also have this low, which occurred below this low. So now let's talk about entry. Once we know that we're in a downtrend, excuse me, once we know we're in a downtrend and we have a breakout below support, now we know we want to go short. But where do we want to go short? See, because a buy or sell signal, a trade signal, is not the same as an entry signal. So let's talk about a little bit about entry signals.